You already know. Period.
I hate when I mute myself like that, but it is what it is. Welcome back to Commission Reviews. Now, this is an interview that I'm trying to get for quite some time, but all good things come to those who wait. And you know, as a blogger, you got to be patient like that. Plus, it's gonna be worth it. Okay. First of all, we have the queen, the winner of all the things, Trishelle. Hello, Mama. How are you doing? This is my Louisiana sis too, as well. If y'all didn't know.
Hey,
Period.
that's right. I love a
Period.
Louisiana girl. How you
Look.
doing?
Oh, good, Mama. I saw you. I saw Frida. Like I was like, she's giving everything right now. I'm so happy for all the things that she's doing right now. It's just good stuff happening to you. Even since you won. But speaking of that, let's go ahead and talk about the Traitors. First of all, women winning is actually everything. I'm just gonna say that first off. We don't have many of those. You know we don't.
That's right.
So how did you even get involved with the Traitors? Because of course, people know you from MTV, and then of course the challenge and competing, of course. But how did you leap over to the Traitors? It's a little bit different than coming from the challenge.
That's right. So, a lot of times it's hard to break out of that MTV kind of
Mm,
mold, right? Like, not a lot of people give the challenge much respect. And so other networks kind of want to work with other people. But I was
mm.
lucky enough to have, I had a friend who worked at Peacock, and he was like, "Hey, someone mentioned your name the other day for a show called The Traitors. Do you watch it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love that show." Like, because I was a big Cerie fan, right? I love Cerie. I
Gotcha,
just think she's
gotcha.
so good. And
Yes.
so I was like, "Yeah, of course." And yeah, he was like, "Well, they're thinking about putting a couple people from the challenge." I'm like, "That's different." Okay.
Mhm.
So then I interviewed for it, and I still wasn't 100% sure
Mm,
I would get it. And when they finally asked me, I was just so happy. So it was crazy that not only myself, that they also had Bananas and CT, three people. So, and
yes,
also,
yes.
let me just tell you, I hadn't talked to those guys in so long. I thought they were going to vote me out first. I was having
Oh
this
my God, are you
M- I
serious?
was having
Wow,
this
that makes
like
sense though.
MTV challenge paranoia. I was spiraling before I went. When I found out that they were going, I was like, "Oh my God, the guys are going to gang up on me. I have to get them out first."
Very
But
interesting
then
concept.
but it
Very
was
interesting.
so good. Whenever I saw them on in Scotland. I was just like, you know what? Everyone's kind of growing up. We're in our 40s
Yeah.
now, and
Mhm.
so we
Yeah.
could lay to rest all the old drama from the
Right.
challenges. Yeah.
So I want to ask you about that. And yes, it was different. This season was like the best season, I swear it was. But what I want to ask you is about y'all coming from the challenge. Do you think, and I said this in the beginning in my recaps, you guys had a leg up over everyone else? I'm sorry. Like the challenge compared to the Traitors, come on. I'm just being
Yeah.
real.
As far as, yeah, I do. Because here's the thing with the Traitors, it makes a lot of people uncomfortable at roundtable because you're telling people face to face that you
Mhm.
want to vote them out. That is a hard thing to do, even though it's just a game show. You don't want to look someone in the face and just tell them, like, "Hey, I don't want you here," basically, anymore. And
Period.
yeah. And so on Survivor and Big Brother, they write down their names or they say their names in a whole nother room. So they're not even used to that, right? The
Mm.
challenge, we come from the background where you telling people face
Cutthroat.
to face. So we're kind of used to it. So
Yes.
yes, I do think we had a little bit of a leg up. It was a little bit easier for us to do that.
You know what? I felt like the John Bananas was really mad he went home quickly.
Girl, he's still mad.
Are you serious? I knew it. I said at the reunion he was so petty. I was like, bro, what are he kept trying to get in there like John Bananas is here. I was like, no one catching this. He wants to. I was like, I can't.
He
He
talked
just
the
wants to
most at
win.
the reunion and
He
he was there
it was
the
at
less.
least. It's so funny to me. So
Oh,
with that being said, did you have a strategy going in? Even though you watched the show,
yeah.
do you come from a challenge where you have to be strategic as you play this game? Did you have any strategy going into this?
So I did. And then whenever I saw, because we heard spoilers before we got there, right? I heard like, I had heard maybe Phaedra, I heard some other housewives. Um, I heard Nene, and I was actually praying for Nene,
Oh
but
God.
she didn't get
Right.
on
Ooh,
there.
Lord Jesus.
Um,
That would have been a mess.
but there was like, a lot of people. When I saw everyone, I kind of formed a strategy for the next 2 days because we didn't film right away. And
Okay.
and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I kind of wanted to lay low in the beginning, and if I made it through to the middle, then I would start to amp up my game a little bit. But it didn't happen that way because, as you saw the first episode, or the second episode, whenever me and Peppermint had the stupid little clothing thing and then she went home, that didn't happen. So then I had to switch up my game, and it's like I constantly had to like do new things.
Okay, so you did bring up Miss Peppermint up. Lord have mercy. I swear, I was, I was in the streets fighting for you. You know, I was like, back up my girl. It's got to be more to this situation.
Yeah.
So they're making it seem like it's so like you just came for her. And I know there's editing. I know that there was things missing. Can you break down in your own words what happened in that moment with Peppermint?
Okay, so in the beginning, I kind of didn't know how to play the game, even though we've seen Traitors 1. People, a lot of people were kind of like, how do you know who a traitor is? Like, you can't, there's no like empirical evidence. There's no like, you can't, no one can say anything. So if they are a traitor, or hinted or anything, they're not supposed to. And so anyway, I was not sure. So I kind of would make like little comments here and there to people to see like how they would react. So whenever I said the clothing thing, that was just like joking around about outfits and wardrobe.
Right.
But in my mind, her reaction was just a little bit off, not like crazy. Like I didn't think she like went,
Right.
She had a huge reaction. I just thought like whenever people had joked that John was a traitor, he laughed about it. But Peppermint was a little bit taken aback, and I understand that people have different reactions. And I was like, I wonder if she's taken aback because she's a traitor. But we had nothing to go off of. So literally, I told two people. Janelle was one of them, and I forget, maybe Parvati. But somehow those two people, it got around the castle. Well, Peppermint had a weird reaction whenever Trishelle had said this. Then it blew up because it was like the game of telephone.
Yes.
And then in the beginning, people just want it not to be their name brought up. So it's like if you have one, and the challenges are like this too, by the way.
Yeah.
You have one tiny reason to vote someone, then everybody does it because they don't want it to be them in the very beginning.
Yep. I feel that happened to Ayana in All Stars Challenge, but it's another story for another day. I really believe that's what happened to her.
Oh, I know. Yeah, in the season.
Yes, it did. I don't care about it. So with that being said, you kind of did something different this year. You guys did. Well, to me, y'all created an alliance. It gave me challenge. It gave me Big Brother. Again, a lot of things were new in this particular season. Were you going in thinking I'm going to be in this big alliance, closing the doors and being secret? Give us a few minutes, please. Y'all was killing me with that.
I didn't look. I wanted an alliance, but I didn't want it to be the people that I was with. I didn't. I was like, how did I end up here? But the thing, I did not. I was like, how did I end up here? It was like the band of misfits, like John, the Parliament, like literally Parliament John, Kevin, who didn't even know where he was. Bergie was like, little baby of the cast, Pilot Pete, like it was just the weirdest group. And me. And so I would have loved to be with the Bravo people, but you know what? I knew if I was with the Bravo girls, the 5 of them, I would have been number 6. I would have always been the last person that they thought of in their alliance group. So I felt so I felt maybe like with this other alliance, because everyone was no one had been from a show together and everyone was kind of in the same boat. I felt maybe I could work my way up to make 2 or 3.
Okay. Got you. That makes sense.
Important. Yeah. So like, that's kind of why I had to go there.
Wait, man, tell me about the close the door situation. Like every time y'all got into the conversation, look, man, he was killing me. Hey,
that was Peter.
No, Peter, to me, Peter went to the wrong show. He should have started with challenge. When I say, oh my God, this is not the same guy I saw on the back. Give me a few minutes, please. And he did it so matter of fact and so polite. You couldn't really get mad, kinda. And then he just closed the door. I was tired every time.
You're right. He should be on the challenge. I was completely shocked when I first met him. I was like, he's going to be one of the first people to go just because he's the pretty boy from The Bachelor. But he has a brain on him. and I should have known that because my husband's a pilot, and I know that my
Gotcha.
husband is like one of the smartest people that I know. And so
Period.
I was like, okay, like, dang, Peter is pretty smart. And so you're right. He had no problem just being like, sorry, no, you have to leave. Poor MJ just standing there.
MJ
Oh,
was so
God.
irritated. She was like, I mean, everybody was completely irritated by the situation.
I know, and they should,
Oh,
and I get it. But and then I felt at first I was just like, oh, no problem. Like people are, he's just telling people that we're in a room. But then when people started talking about it, I was like, dang, Peter, this doesn't look good. And like I'm a part of this. So like I'm not the one telling people to leave,
yeah.
but I'm associated with it.
You're associated with it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Doing a show like this, would you go to Big Brother? Because you
Oh
did a
my
challenge.
God.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Okay.
like my dream. Girl, that's my dream. I love Big Brother so much.
Okay. You said you do love Big Brother. Okay. So if you had the opportunity, would you go on there? Because for some reason, I think you cut out for a second. So if you had
Oh
the
yeah, I did.
opportunity, would you go on there? Okay. You would
I
go.
would
I think you'd be great
absolutely
on there.
love it.
I think you'd be awesome on there. I swear you'd be another Janelle. Like you go in there and
And
you would kill it.
yeah, and you know what? All the challenges that they play in Big Brother, I feel like they are hard enough to where people have to fight for it, but easy enough to where I'm not going to kill myself in a backyard challenge, right?
Girl, yes, not this for sure. The wall challenge is literally the hardest thing. I'm sorry, in Big Brother.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's only because you're up there for a long period of time. That's the hardest challenge. So you were going, you'd be like, yeah, this is ABC, this is nothing. After they're doing stuff now with Big Brother where it's like their challenges are like not just straight, cardio, it's trivia, it's little easy stuff, no shade. I just think that you would do
Yeah.
really well with the strategic part and I'm not saying manipulating, but a little bit of that too.
But you know what? Also, I am a couch kitty. Okay, I like to be on the couch, so I have no problem staying inside in one room the whole for 60 days, 90, however long it is. Like I don't need to be outside, so I would
It'd
be
be hot
fine.
too. So about your relationship with CT, because it seemed like you and CT were not really joined at the hip till like the last quarter, as you say in football. I was just like, well, that's interesting that you guys weren't like joined at the hip from the beginning. It seemed like you went away from the challenge. I know you spoke about in the beginning how you wasn't for sure, but tell me about that. Why weren't you guys aligned tighter? Where even if Peter was involved, it would have been no reason because you already had your own alliance.
So people didn't know how close CT and I were because we only need, all right, we go so far back and we come from like the same background that we have this like weird understanding, all the challenge people kind of do. And especially CT and I think have the same kind of brain. Whenever we had that one conversation outside in the kind of in the beginning,
Yes,
and we saw eye to eye, we both kind of knew that we didn't have to check in with each other all the time to know that we were going to be together with voting and stuff like that, or try to be, and we were going to have each other's backs. So like I didn't have to show that I was like super close to him, and also I didn't want to because I didn't want people to get rid of us because they thought we were a pair.
Smart, very smart. But I did have one incident, that one vote that you got really mad about. I was like, is she about to vote him? Because I swear you look so like, now I won't say angry, but confused and like a little irritated. So were you actually considering saying his name? I mean, honestly.
Oh, I was gonna save him before Peter. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well,
I know he pissed you off.
Because I was scared that like CT, like if no one had said his name, I'm glad Phaedra said his name, but like, and she saved him, but like, I was scared that he'd go home because people were kind of bringing his name up, but not really writing it down. And they were like, oh, CT would make a great traitor. And I'm like, well, he actually would. That's why in the end, I was just like, is he?
Right. No. But the whole thing, you was figuring out so quickly. Like you were figuring out about Phaedra early on when nobody was. The dance situation, because the dance situation to me was crazy.
He ruined her game.
You said it ruined Phaedra's game?
Ruined her game. Yeah.
It did. When he said at the table saying, "Oh, da da da." I was like, I don't get it, because you was joined with Phaedra in the beginning, and then you got the third traitor, then you just completely dropped her off. So I never understood that about him. I just didn't get it. It didn't make any sense game wise. It didn't make any sense. So I really want him to go home, much as I love his gameplay. I just didn't understand what he was doing. I feel like he was everywhere. You to
Yeah.
me were on it. How did you figure out about Phaedra? Because Phaedra to me wasn't showing signs that I saw. So I want to know what made you kind of. I know you said him, but you were always thinking some stuff before. Dad even said anything.
Actually, I wasn't that much. I was kind of suspicious of everyone. And in the beginning, I was like, made a list of who I thought would make a good traitor. And this is kind of a weird thing. If we know that producers pick traitors, we as reality TV people start to think like a producer or try to produce it ourselves. So in my mind, I was like, who would be a good traitor? Dan, Phaedra, Parvati. I was just thinking big personalities and big names. I thought Bananas would be a good traitor. And then I was like, maybe Marcus would have made an amazing, because he's so smart. But I was just thinking to myself, so I kind of was just like, Phaedra was on my radar, but not really. Because she started to be, I said that she was on my radar in the beginning, but that was a lie. I just had to like say something because I had to confirm like what I knew.
Gotcha. Okay.
Dan was the real reason that I knew that she was a traitor, because I know Dan very well, and I knew that he, by his face and his reaction when he said her name, he gave up a traitor. And whenever he stood up there and said he was a traitor, I was like, she's done.
Damn.
He ruined.
Like from there, he was.
Yeah.
She fought.
She did. No, she did. She lasted so long, but it's crazy. Like I thought that was a very weird and not clear in the rules that people could just sort of give up someone else's game like that.
Good insight. Because I thought the same exact thing, but I could have sworn it didn't. One season somebody said someone was a traitor. I kept trying to remember, not season before, not the last season, but season before. I thought somebody said it, like when they got ready to leave. Something to that effect. I can't remember though. I have to go back and look it up. But I remember someone saying something, and we figured out who a traitor was. So I don't know if he was on the line. You know, the cusp is not saying too much, but kind of y'all read between lines and cut out outside the box. I don't know.
Well, people got so mad about it. I want to say that the producers actually did an interview about it, like a magazine interview, saying that like maybe like they learned something new every season, and that they were going to probably have to change some of the rules, which I think they should, because like there's no way, like Phaedra would have been amazing to the very end. It would have been interesting to see what she said at the fire pit, right? But like he completely just blew up her game.
He did. I kind of feel like in a way with Dan, he really came after Phaedra, which is weird because they was like, both were traitors. I never understood the dynamic. It really was weird to me. But for you, I feel like you picked up so quickly on it, and you were fighting for your life in every challenge. Baby, you was not playing with anybody. I was like, damn. It's like I said, she has to win this. I said it almost every camp. I said, she's fighting harder than everyone here. She is killing it in everything she's doing, and she's being very strategic. Now, I did kind of see you a couple of times, like, it looked like you was getting like, I don't know what's going on, and there was a lot happening, and you got, you had the moments, but I was like, that Louisiana's coming out because you about to go off on y'all. I just feel like you were so close. It
was hard. It was hard. But you know what? Phaedra was so funny whenever she said, I'm not frantic like you at the round table. I, at that point, was getting frantic. And whenever she said that, I was like, okay, I'm looking a little crazy. I need to pull back a little bit.
The round table, baby. The round table, let me tell you, it was a drama for me. And like this is the most drama I've seen, not drama in a bad way, but I mean like intense, trying to figure out what's going on, and who's gonna pick whatever. And when y'all was going back and forth with each other, I was just like, wow, this is getting super, super intense. How was it sitting there at that round table, having to make those choices, and y'all calling each other out pretty much? Don't say call a spade a spade.
Oh man, we did call each other out. I got nervous before every round table. I was just like, oh my God. And I know it probably didn't seem like we were. It seems like we were more comfortable than we were, but people were shaking. Like I'm not. Actually, the only person who wasn't nervous was Phaedra.
She wasn't, baby. No. When she read Peter, I died.
Oh,
I died about that rose. Oh God.
so funny. But also, God, John, they cut a lot of what
Jesus.
John said. John would say, he would talk for so
Really?
long. Oh my God. He would give like 15-minute speeches. I got up to pee one time. They didn't show it. I had to pee. I was like, I cannot hold it any longer. And then they had to pause all conversation for me to use a
Oh my
bathroom.
God.
The producers were like, I've never seen somebody do this. I'm like, I doubt you've ever had someone as long-winded as John on the show. They were like, true.
Probably not. And we've had
No.
kids. We can't hold it like that. If I'm sitting somewhere for a long period of time, look, I have to go. I had 3 kids, and my daughter, I can't hold anything for longer than 15, 20 minutes. I can't. So if you're a mom, we should get a rule where it's like, hey, bathroom, we had kids. I mean, I'm just saying. It's just
You would have
rough.
hated that
That is
round table,
hilarious.
girl. But also,
I'd have
I
been
will
struggling, I
say,
ain't gonna lie.
you know who I missed at the round table who was so messy from the very start? Larsa. If she stayed there
Yes.
longer, there would have been more fights, honestly, because she was really good
Really?
at just calling people out. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, she was good.
Wow. See, that's the kind of stuff we were looking for as fans. But the thing about it, at the round table, though, did it get so intense sometimes that we didn't see some clips, whatever? You know how they don't show everything. Was there some time we was like, oh, that was a lot, but they didn't show it to
So
us.
whenever Janelle and Sandra started yelling at each other, they didn't show how bad it was. It was even worse, and I don't know why they didn't. Janelle and Sandra both stood up from their chairs and were yelling at each other, calling each other bitches. It was so crazy. I was just like, what is happening? I honestly thought.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I thought someone was gonna haul off and like hit someone, but obviously, thankfully, it didn't go there. But it was worse than what they showed. Yeah,
Right.
I've never seen people yell like that.
Why didn't show that? Because that would have been good.
I know. I think they
You
were
really
trying to make
haven't?
it
You're
like,
from Louisiana?
well, no. I've seen that in person, but not at like the round table.
Okay, my bad.
No.
Right. No, I told you this season was so intense. This season, so I'm about to say, girl, the domino table would just have an argument immediately. You said you had how much? You know that. Come on. Or if they boiling the crawfish and stuff is not right, potato salad nasty, it's gonna be a fight. It could be an argument. So I was like, wait, what? Because you're from the boat. But no. I get what you're saying. No, that's. I don't know why they didn't show all that, because that would have been, and that whole moment was intense. Like I said, I feel like all you guys brought so much to the table as far as the show. But towards the end, I have to ask, did you know you were gonna win in your opinion? Not because they told you, but in your mind, were you like, I got this? Did you know?
Okay, no, because I had a small inkling that CT was a traitor. And I was like, is he about to take all of our money? That's why I had put his name down the first time, because I wanted to see his reaction. And whenever he gave me that reaction, I was like, oh, my bad. Like I made a mistake. And then I switched my vote. Yeah, I did. I was like, oh, damn. Okay. So I switched my vote, but like I'm telling you, I didn't know that I was going to win until the very end. And then even when I switched my vote and we voted MJ out, I still in my mind thought there was like a 2% chance that CT could have been a traitor. So I needed to hear it out of his mouth to know for sure.
Gotcha. Because you just didn't know. I can understand that Syria thing last season was crazy.
I know.
So once you won, what was that feeling like? Yes. What was that feeling like, Mama, when you won?
Oh my God. It was just like relief. I mean, I cried a little bit because I was just like, it was only 4 weeks filming, but it seemed so long and it was just so emotional. And I just couldn't believe that I had gone through there were 22 people total in the house, and I could not believe it was just me and him. And then also winning with CT was very emotional too.
Oh, I bet that was. I cried when I watched the end. I was just like, wow, this is just. And how did your family, your husband, that's the number one audience right there. What was their reaction? Because I'm pretty sure, I know this was recorded, and I don't know if it was how they found out you called or whatever. So what was everybody, family, besties? What was everybody screaming on your phone? Well, tell me.
So they gave us our phone back, and I didn't tell my husband, actually. I accidentally told him probably like 3 weeks after I got home. So I was going to hide it from everyone. See, he's the only person that knew. Not a single other person knew. So everyone found out that I won at the viewing party at my house.
Gotcha. Oh, that's so cute. So it was a reaction at the same time. So was it like a collective?
They were screaming, ah! Well, we had to pause because whenever I wrote CT's name down, everybody started screaming. They were like, "What are you doing?"
Oh my
So
God, that's hilarious. That's
I had to
funny.
pause it. And then whenever we won, they were just all so excited. But my dad was so proud. My dad never watches any of the shows that I do, girl. He is just like, no,
Really?
no, he doesn't like it. But he did like this show.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, daddy being proud is, I miss my dad so
Mhm.
much. That's the greatest feeling in the world. Plus your whole family was there. I was
Yeah,
very proud of you too. Coming,
thank you.
I've been watching you, since the beginning, and seeing your growth and seeing you a beast. Period. And this right here just solidifies that you are that girl. What is coming up for you now? I know I saw some stuff that you posted online about get started on
Below
below
deck.
deck. Yeah, below deck. But other than that, what is coming up for you next? If you can say.
So this is, oh yeah, I could say.
Okay.
So this is crazy. I just was offered to do the next All Stars challenge, but I said no.
What?
I
I'm sorry. That was
know. I know. And I'm like,
oh my God.
I was really torn about the decision. But here's
Oh
the
my
thing.
God.
I think that they're changing the format of the show a little bit, and I feel
Okay.
like I don't really like the new kind of thing. And also, I had a trip planned, so it would be stressful. Look, I
Okay. Yeah.
really went back and forth on this decision because I do love like doing the shows. But I really hope that they ask me again for next season, and it'll be a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe they'll go back to the original format. I like the old people. I like the OGs. I want to go with like 35 and above people, not like 20s.
Well, everybody on this season, I mean, no shade, is 35 plus, except for a few, but mostly everybody there are original. Flora, that the first winner, Khalid, So this season was kind of,
Mhm.
what you're saying.
But they're
Uh,
changing it a little bit.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You don't
that's
like
why
some of that stuff. Okay.
I don't want to. Well, I can't compete with a 20-year-old. I mean, I break a leg, I'm gonna be out
Girl.
for like I might not walk again. I don't know. I'm
Oh, Jesus Christ.
44.
Well, look, I'm 47. I look at it all the time. I said, if I said, dear God, if they ever said we're gonna incorporate bloggers into the ones who do the show, I always say to myself, dear God, I would have to train for like a year and a half, and even then, I'm probably gonna be the first person out unless I'm using my strategic mind. Then I might stay longer. But if it's physical, baby, the high up y'all are all of girl. I know immediately. I'm like, I'm not going. Get mad, TJ. I'm not doing it.
Can't
So
match you, Jay. Oh my
like, I'm
God.
not. So I
So
mean, I give you so much credit for that. I do.
yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to do the challenge, but I'm doing a couple things for it. The Traitors is going to be up for an Emmy, or
Oh,
so I'm going to be going to LA first week in June to do like a TV
yes.
critics panel, and then I'm doing like another like little Traitors thing out there. Yeah,
Yes.
but we're going on a trip to Italy. My husband and our other friends and their kids, like in 10 days actually.
Ooh,
And so
countdown.
so we're gonna be doing that, and then just hopefully traveling this summer. And I really hope that I get asked to do another show beside the challenge this summer. And I am thinking that I might, and I really can't say which one, but
Okay.
yeah, but I hope so.
Okay. Well, let me know when it's time so I can announce it when
I
you're
will.
able to. Please, please.
Absolutely, I will.
You need to
Yeah.
go to Squid Games. You need to go to
Yeah.
Netflix. That's where you
Okay,
need to
so listen, Squid Games is actually the same production company that does Traitors.
go. Okay. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that is true. That's true. That's true. That's true. So you need
such
to
a
do
good
Squid Games.
show.
Yes, it
God.
is. I interviewed almost half the cast, and I was intrigued. You really should. It looks like it's intense, especially because you're in that. I said it gave me jail. No shade. It did with all the
Yeah,
suits in that one room.
yeah.
But it's so different. The different competitions you have to do. It just I don't know, man. I think you would really stand out, even though there's 1,000 people in that place. You still would
I
stand out
know.
because you've been competing for so long, Trishelle. You would just still know what to do,
I hope so. Gosh, but it killed me though whenever whenever they shoot the people and they
girl.
fake dead. I died. Every fake death, I was dying.
And they all told me they told him to lay down. Like I asked them, I literally when I interviewed the guy, everybody else. They told us to just lay there, and I was like, what? They even told me to get in the fetal position. I was trying to get all the tea. It's hilarious to me what production would tell you guys to do. I don't know. They whisper stuff in y'all ear. People don't even know. It's so much, but
Oh, it's so funny.
I am so proud of you, and I wanted to say again, congratulations. I want to ask you this last question. Since you won the Traitors, how has your life changed? Because people know you for other shows. Traitors opens up a whole different audience for you. So I'm curious how it is going to the grocery store, walking with your husband. How are those? Oh my God, it's her. I know you get that all the time. So.
A little bit, yeah. Like people will just come up and be like, man, you played a really good game. But I had a couple people that were like, why you did MJ like that?
Damn. Okay.
Then I have to have a 10-minute conversation and explain to them, because I'm like, all right, I can't let them leave this conversation without them knowing. But no, honestly, it's been great. I had the best experience doing the show. The production company was just so good. I would love to work with them again. They were the best, really. And I missed some of them, actually. The production people, like, it was just such a fun experience. I mean, meeting these people, like, I was a fan of like Phaedra and Sheree, like back in the day, and like just sharing a show with them, it was like an honor to me. I never thought I'd be able to do that, so I thought that was really cool. And I mean, I'm still friends with people. Actually, literally, Bergie just texted me while we're doing this. I'm like,
oh. He needs to come on and talk to me. Tell him, text him back, say, Commission Reviews wants to talk to you. I thought that Bergie Poo, he's
so sweet. He's the best. Much. And him and his little girlfriend from Love Island. I say little girlfriend.
I'm about to laugh just after
That's the
age thing. It's the age thing. It's nothing bad.
Yeah, they're still together, and they're gonna come visit in New Orleans and stay with us actually soon. So yeah.
Wow. See, I need to come back home. Well, I haven't been home in a while, but I was trying to come home for the Essence. I couldn't get a press pass. I was trying to come there. My birthday July the 5th, so we were all trying to get that together. But it's just a struggle to get a press pass to Essence. So I probably won't be able to go, and I really want to go, but it is what it is. I'll try again.
Girl, that is huge. Every year it's getting bigger and bigger.
I've been trying to get a press pass. I started in January. It's so difficult to get in. Like, girl, you just don't even know. But I don't have connections like that. I don't. So it's
let me know if you do. I'd love to see you.
Girl, you're the first person I'm gonna tell, and now I want to see Big Frida. That is my dream. I swear I will fall out if I met Big Frida. You already know I will lose it.
She's so good. She's so good.
I love Big Frida. But look, Mama, I wanted to say thank you for coming on my channel. Everything, like the way Trishelle is, guys, she's straight, real deal. I've been talking to her behind the scenes. Her smoke, everything about her is super genuine. When I say Louisiana girl, because it's something about being from Louisiana where we're just made a little bit different. Okay, got a little hot sauce in it, So I just want to say I appreciate you. You are a down home girl. I love seeing you with your family. Outside the show, you could just tell you love your life, and it's just the colors and everything is just vibrant. It's a whole vibe. It's beautiful to see. So you're just an awesome person. So congratulations
again. So much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all make sure y'all follow her. Of course, y'all know where to find Trishelle on everything. Okay, and look forward to seeing anything you got coming up soon. And since you're gonna demolish anybody else, and hopefully, maybe you can try a women's alliance somewhere and actually succeed. No women's alliances ever last. Whatever the reason, I don't know why. So anyway, with that being said, guys, this is Commission Reviews, Queen Reality TV. I will see y'all next time. Bye. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it.